All right, everybody. This is the Always Be Cool podcast, hanging out with Bobby Kerr, actually solo without my buddy, my co-host, Darren Copeland today. Instead, I'm hanging out with a rock star, phenomenal businesswoman here in Southern Missouri. I've got Michelle Cantrell, broker owner of Cantrell Real Estate. We're going to talk about all things real estate today, about your team, about the market, and really what sets you and the rest of your team apart from everybody else. So how you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Have you ever recorded a podcast before?
I have.
Yeah?
Actually, many. Yeah.
Cool. Like local people here in Southern Missouri?
No, agents across the country. You know, they'll interview other agents in other markets. And so I've done 12. I don't even know how many, several of those.
I'll say 12. That's a very specific number.
I know. I started saying 12. I don't know where 12 was coming from. Maybe subconsciously I know how many.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I've done a lot.
That's awesome. Well, I guess, when you're a rock star like you and you perform at such a high level, a lot of people want to talk to you and have lots of questions. So I think this is a great opportunity to share some of the things that really sets you and your team apart on your level of experience as well as your actual education and knowledge of what's happening in the market today.
Sure.
So why don't you just give a 30-second pitch on what the Cantrell Real Estate team is all about, what makes you great, and then we'll dive into some more specific questions.
Great. I have a great group of people. That's what makes us great. We're very learning-based. We stay really ahead of the market. We have a group of, I think there's 42 of us right now.
Wow.
And even though we're a brokerage, we call ourselves a teamerage because we're really one big real estate team. And so we opened our own brokerage last year, but we're just a team that really works well together, that communicates really well. We're big marketers, and so we do radio, TV, billboards, everything like that, which helps us get in front of. We're connected with celebrity endorsements through a marketing group I work with, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Bones on the radio. Our jingles sang by Gary LeVox from Rascal Flatts.
Oh, wow.
And Sean Hannity on the radio show and on his. So we have a lot of celebrity endorsements. And why that's important for our clients, we're connected through all of those celebrities nationwide through their websites. And so we get a lot of people coming in from outside the market, which are higher price point markets, and we get those people first so we can help our clients get the most for their properties.
So it's almost like the celebritizing of your team, because you're not only so great at what you guys do, but being able to be affiliated with other rock stars, like actually real rock stars too, with Rascal Flatts singing your jingle. But I think it's important to understand for clients looking to work with you or your team members that you've got some true professionals, and no team in the world that's truly professional and out to serve others is going to be associated with those other things that you're just discussing. So I think it just solidifies kind of your expertise and your knowledge in the business.
Yeah, they won't partner with just anyone. You know, you have to be in the top in your market. And one of the best things that comes with being a part of this group is that I get to be connected through all the other top performing teams across the country. So say if I want to try some new technology, I just ask in my group, and there's someone who's already tried it. And if someone tries something and it's great, like it's a new lead source or a new program, they'll say, you have to try this. This is amazing. So it really stays in front of the market because, as you know, technology changes yearly.
Oh, it does.
And if you just have the same technology that you had even 5 years ago, it's outdated. So you have to stay on top of that. And it's a lot to do.
It is.
That's my job on the team. I'm more the visionary. I stay in front of marketing, lead sources, and that's what I do basically, and bring opportunities to the team. So we're constantly growing and evolving, and we're just staying in front of it.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about you and your individual background. What got you into real estate? How long have you been part of this crazy game? And why do you still love it? And why do you love serving people?
I've been in it so long, I don't remember what got me into it. No, 30 years. 30 years of real estate. So it's really amazing.
That's amazing since you're 37 years old.
That's right. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. But it's really the main career of my lifetime. I mean, at this point, I should be an expert at it, right? If I'm still in it. I've seen the ups and downs. I've been through recession. I've been through 9/11 when everything stopped. I mean, it's just so many turns in the market. And I can say when I first started, I was a real estate agent. Went out there, put a sign in the yard, did what everybody else
Knocked
did.
on doors.
Sold houses. Yeah. Now I consider myself a business person. And after the last recession, 2007, 2008, I realized I wasn't a business person. I was a real estate agent waiting for that next deal.
Just transaction based almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so after that, I started working with Keller Williams. I became a team leader. I traveled around the country. I went to a lot of training, coaches training. I worked with top teams in other markets. And then I started my own business, launching and relaunching market centers for Keller Williams.
Okay.
And I just did that independently. I would work for them maybe 6 months, maybe shorter, and just, get into the books, coach top teams, just I was a fixer, and then I would hire my replacement and leave. And so I did that for about 3.5 years. And I learned so much. I learned so much about technology, how to build big teams. I worked in markets like Seattle with one of the top agents. Well, he was the top agent in the world then.
Wow.
And then I worked in San Diego and San Francisco, just all across the West Coast and all those big tech markets. And I just learned a lot. And as I coached them, I learned even more what worked, what didn't work. And so then I decided it was time to come back and start my team up again. The recession was over. Things had recovered. I was so learning based, and I became a business person during that time. And I came back and I started my team. So it's been 6 years that I've been back running the team. And within 3 years, we hit 100 million. Wow. And no one had ever hit 100 million in our market. I didn't even know that was possible. And we've just built our team off of that. And we now are over 150 every year. We just kind of increase as we go. We're already at over 140 this year.
It's incredible.
Yeah, we're over 500 transactions already, and really I want it to be fun. And so I'm never going to have a 200, 400 person brokerage.
Sure.
We're just a big team that's profitable, and that's hard to find sometimes. People, spend so much money on brokerages. I noticed that when I was training around the country that a lot of these brokerages didn't make any money, because they were really just sustaining what they did.
Sure.
And so I feel like we kind of broke the code, and we have a great brokerage, and everyone knows the market shift is coming and is already starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel confident that we're going to be great during that time, and my agents feel confident, and we're good. I
love that. And I want to point out, I've heard you say the word team probably 10 times in the last 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's really, really important, because you led with the conversation of saying, we're nothing without our team. We are great, Bobby, because of the team.
Right.
And I think that sets the precedent for everything we do, right? And especially in this industry, when many others, whether you're have a real estate team or a mortgage brokerage or insurance or inspections, whatever it is, if you're solely focused on transaction-based, and it's just about getting this transaction done so that I can sell this house or buy this house or represent a buyer, then everything else doesn't really work.
Right.
Because it's so focused on money instead of the relationship. So maybe discuss a little bit about how you took the ownership of teaching and coaching others on the value of relationships and how that sets up everything else for success.
Right. I've worked with probably 3 or 4 different coaching companies, so I learned something different from each one. I believe in coaching.
So wait, you're saying as a top performer, it's still important to be coached by other top performers?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I've been a coach, and I coach other top performers. And I'm not I'm coaching like one person right now, but I coach my team. And it's just a choice. Coaching is great money, and I love it, but it's really a focus on where we are right now and focusing on my agents. And, that being learning-based is the most important thing that you can do in any business. You need to be coached. You need to have someone who can see the holes in your business that maybe you can't see. Yeah. And that's just been so important for me, to be a coach and to be coached. And I do that with my team. And I can't remember your question that you started out with.
Well, basically, you're focusing on relationships, right? And so part of that coaching, whether you're being coached or whether you're coaching others, you're just teaching and instilling the value of what relationships means.
If you're transactional, you don't work on our team, because we are relationship based, and it's very obvious when someone isn't. When I was with Keller Williams, we really use the DISC assessment. I don't know if you use that.
We use it in our company. Yeah.
And so the high Ds were who they wanted, and I found that doesn't work really well on my team.
Interesting.
And most of my agents are high S's, which means they're steady.
Yep. They
like to communicate, which is our core value, is communication. And we have too many transactions that I can't be a broker that's taking complaints from people where their clients are complaining about not communicating. So we instill that in them, how important communication is. And so that high S personality, they're steady, they like people, they care, they communicate well, and I mean, that's who I hire.
We could have a whole conversation about the DISC profile assessment. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the type of position, right? So like for agents, you really need that care and connecting, someone who needs a little more stability. I love that approach because like for us, if we're going to bring on, let's say, loan originators, we like high D.
Right.
High D, high I, right? Otherwise, because we don't want someone who's just going to, essentially be a lead collector. We want someone to go out there. But I think for your team, what you're talking about, the high S is awesome.
And they have high I's as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because they
yeah,
like
it's not
people.
just one. You're right. Absolutely.
And I have some high D's, but they also have high I, high S. I'm at 99D, 99I.
Yep. Me too. That's what Darren and I are. Yeah.
And so, it's different. It's like they're easier to work with. They care. And that's what I want. I care. And I care about our clients, and I want them to have the best service, and I want to treat everyone like family, and I want agents that do the same. Because I'm in my 50s, and when I come to work, I want to enjoy the people I work with. I don't want to pull in and say, oh gosh, their car's here. I don't want that.
Or they're calling, oh God, I don't want to take this call.
I just don't want that kind of business at this point in my life. And so, I really, look at that. I train them, I coach them based off of communicating with people.
Well, I think it's awesome to point out that it starts with you, right? In every organization, whoever is the face or the name, if you don't have that true focus on relationships, then the people on your team members are not going to have that focus. Therefore, they're not going to have great relationships with clients. And that one deal that could turn into a lifetime of relationships just ends up stopping there as a transaction. So I'm really glad that we got to speak about relationships really quickly. So I know I want to be sensitive and respectful of your time. You're a very, very busy person, so we want to make sure we get some greatest hits out here. But really, what is it besides, and we might have just answered this question, to be honest, what is it about the Cantrell team that sets you apart from everybody else, whether it's in Southern Missouri or across the country and other markets?
I think part of it is how learning-based our group is. One thing that we concentrate on, as a leader, what I concentrate on is their mindset. Because anyone can learn the skills necessary, right?
Yeah.
But they have to have the mindset that helps move them forward, moves their client forward. They have to know the right words to say and not say. And we talk about manifesting what we want, all the time. And a lot of that is just the energy you put out and towards the words you say.
Absolutely.
You can really guide your clients down a strong path or a weak path, depending on how you present things to them.
Sure.
I think that makes us different. We really concentrate on doing the best job for our client. I know everyone wants to do that, but we just don't dramatize situations. We go to them with solutions, not problems, and we just really concentrate on what that looks like. And I just think how learning-based we are makes us very, very different, and how much we stay ahead of the market with technology and systems.
You have to today.
Yeah.
It's definitely a multifaceted approach.
Right.
You can't just do the old school way. You can't just do the new school way. There has to be, you have to have many bullets in the chamber, so to speak, to make sure you're serving your clients.
It's difficult to change systems all the time, but we do.
You have to evolve, certainly.
Evolving,
If something doesn't work, you have to be brave enough to say, this didn't work, I'm going to try something new to make sure that we're serving others.
And even sometimes when it's working, and it's just time to go to a system that has something that's a little extra.
Yeah.
And so they're really good about hanging with me through all of that.
Yeah. Well, I've met several people here on the team. I think I've met 10 people total, and what you're saying is absolutely gospel. It's truth. Yeah. Everybody I've met has been extremely hospitable. You can tell that they're all relationship based, and that speaks volumes. So if you're a client, you're looking to buy or sell a home, and you speak with somebody on your team, whether it's a transaction coordinator or marketing or you or the office manager, everyone has that same approach of, I'm here to serve, and having the heart of a servant leader, I think is really, really important no matter the role in the team.
Yeah, and we're really, it's really important for us to keep people where they belong, like keep people in the right seat on the bus. And so we really work at getting that person that's an expert in their side of it, like our transaction coordinators are rock stars. And we let our agents, that way, agents typically, they need to get in front of people, right? That's what they're best at. They need to get in front of people, help those people, and then they hand off the transaction to the transaction coordinator who's working with them on that. And it just really allows them to do more transactions and really help their people. So we just really try to nurture people where they're at and help them do the best they can do.
I love it. So if someone in the area wants to get in touch with your team to buy or sell a home, or is just interested in asking some questions to set up a future transaction, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
My email is Michelle@CantrellRE, as in realestate.com. So 2 L's in Michelle.
Awesome.
And that's the easiest way.
Or do you know what your socials are? Is it just on Cantrell Real Estate? Just find on Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, Cantrell Real Estate out on, it's usually Cantrell RE on Instagram, and we have Facebook, and we have it all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. This has been a pleasure. I appreciate your time
to
so
you.
much. Absolutely. Guys, this has been the Always Be Cool podcast, hanging out with Bobby Kerr, not Darren Copeland today, and Michelle Cantrell of the Cantrell Real Estate here in Springfield, Missouri. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.